Why is Courage in such a hurry to get married to Mona? And why is it that Mona is not reading the handwriting on the wall? She just wants to jump into this marriage with the intent of changing Courage when she finally gets into the marriage. This particular episode there's a lot to talk about in this particular episode. As such, this video will be in two parts. The first part is why is Courage trying to rush this marriage thing, and why is it that Mona does not understand anything at this point? She just wants to get married to Courage with the intent that when they get married, that she is going to change Courage. Hello, besties. You're welcome to another episode of Where We Got It All Wrong. In this episode, guys, Mona is about to make the biggest mistake of her life, getting married to Courage without first of all sorting the issue that he has with the mother is not the right thing for Mona to do now. I don't know why she doesn't want to listen to her friend or her sister. I don't even know who that lady is. But I feel like that lady is always saying the right thing, always giving the right advice. And these are the kind of people we need around us. But the truth is that at this point, it's as if something has been used to block Mona's ears. She doesn't even want to listen to voice of reasoning anymore. Because why is he rushing into the marriage? Why is he not following the due process of going through the traditional wedding and then possibly the court wedding before the white wedding, or the white wedding before the court wedding? Why is he dodging the process? Because yes, in the African setting, especially in Nigerian setting, the first recognized marriage is the traditional wedding. This is where both family comes in agreement that yes, I accept you to be my daughter-in-law, and I accept to give you my son, or give you my daughter rather, as your wife. Please ensure that you treat my child right. Now, these two families get to meet each other for the first time and then come in agreement that they are either accepting the daughter or they are giving the daughter out for marriage. But in this case, Courage wants to dodge the process. He doesn't want to go through the process of, doing the right thing when it comes to, the traditional rites and all those stuff. Now, one will be asking, why is he such in a hurry to get married to Mona? And one thing can only be the answer to this question. Courage feels that at this point that Mona is already acting in a kind of way that he doesn't want, and as such, he needs to hurriedly do something to get Mona to be his wife. And when Mona finally becomes his wife, he can be able to control and subdue her. This is just the explanation. And that is why he doesn't want to go through the right process. Because if he goes through the traditional process, the mother will get involved and all that. I will not be surprised if at the end of the day, if after the traditional wedding and all that, Corey decides not to go further with any other form of wedding. Like, she is just going to, get married to Mona, through the court process, and will not go through the traditional and the white wedding, because in this case it will mean that the mother will be invited, and this is one thing that Corey doesn't want. But the painful aspect of it all is that Mona is not seeing this. She's not even reading the handwriting on the wall. She doesn't even understand that this guy just wants to cajole her into this stuff, and at the end of the day, he will feel like he has so much right to control her. Now, I don't know if that person is Mona's friend or Mona's sister, has been trying to talk to Mona, but Mona is not listening. And there are some mistakes that she's making that I'm going to be talking about in this video. See, never you get married to somebody, something like a character that someone has, and you can't cope with such character, and then you have the intention that when you get married to that person, you will change the person. It doesn't work that way. In fact, the only time you can actually change the person, which is sometimes totally impossible, is when you're yet to get married to the person. Because at this point, the person wants to be married to you. As such, we want to do everything to please you. But then when you finally get married to that person, trying to correct some certain things will be very difficult. And this is one thing that Mona does not understand at this point. She feels that when she gets married to Courage, that she can begin to change a lot of things, that she can begin to build relationship, with between the son and the mother. But that is not the case. And then she made mention of she wants to be able to help. Try to fix the things you can fix. One thing that Mona doesn't know, that he can actually be taking care of this woman while still working on Courage to see if Courage can change this part of him. Courage is someone who has an unforgiving spirit. Courage is someone who cannot ignore a lot of things. And we all know that for a marriage to even be sweet, both partners should be ready to forgive, should be ready to ignore a lot of things. And this is not what Courage is made of. So for Mona to think that going into the marriage, she will have enough time to be able to fix whatever, that is going on between Courage and the mother, then this is the biggest mistake that she's about to make. And I feel like this is where they got, the title of this series from, where we got it all wrong. Because at this point, this is where Mona is actually getting it all wrong. Trying to get married to a man and then change the man while you are married is the biggest mistake most ladies have made. Trying to get married to a lady and then change that lady while you're married is the biggest mistake any man can make. Because yes, as an adult, first of all, you have to accept that what you're doing is wrong for you to seek solution to the problem. But in this case, Courage does not see what he's doing as something that is wrong. So for Mona to think that she can be able to change Courage is another thing entirely. She should be thinking again, because it will be very, very difficult for her to accept that. Now, let's talk about why is Courage in a hurry to get married to Mona. He'll just want to get married to Mona in a way that he will be able to now subdue her, so that whatever he says at this point, Mona will obey and do. In as much as Mona feels that, okay, if he gets into the marriage and Courage doesn't change, that she's going to walk out of the marriage. We all know that walking out of the marriage, especially in our African, continent or African society, is not that easy. A lot of people are going to judge you. A lot of people are going to say, oh, are you the only one? Is this the only thing he's doing that you feel that is not good? What of the men that are doing this? We always justify people's action. We always want to give reasons why those people are better, because there are people that are doing worse than they are. So if, Mona thinks that she can actually go into that marriage and finally change Courage, then she has a lot of things coming. I do not know why Mona doesn't want to listen to her friend, her sister, because that lady is just saying the truth. She needs to fix that. She's beautiful. She's a career woman. She's beautiful. She's everything that a man wants. But going into that marriage without fixing whatever it is will actually affect her later on in that marriage. And I feel that this is where the title of this series was gotten from, where she got it all wrong. Going into a marriage with a man who doesn't forgive, going into a marriage with a man who doesn't accept his mistake, who is not ready to change, who has a super ego that believes that whatever he says is the right thing. Guys, this is my opinion about Mona's decision of getting married, to Courage. What is your own? Do you feel that she's doing the right thing? Do you feel that when she gets into the marriage, she can be able to change Courage? Are you advising her to go into this marriage? Or first of all, fix what needs to be fixed before, going into this journey of marriage with Courage? I expect your response, your comment, your analysis in the comment section. But before then, guys, I want to please ask you, if you're watching from any of my social media handle, the best you can do for me today is to please share this video. I appreciate all your efforts. Thank you for your love. I do not take it for granted. See you all in my next video. Bye, guys.